Hello and welcome to the Crypto Jungle. My name is Blue, and here on the channel I teach you how to trade and invest in cryptocurrencies using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you hit the subscribe button. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For now, I am moving to Bali, so there will be a little bit of a schedule shift. But let's talk about Bitcoin. Mario Brothers, yeah, no. It kind of reminds me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that track. Let's talk about Bitcoin. We have a little bit of some bullish price action. You know, the spread and the volatility was kind of hinting towards possible redistribution. It's a very confused market. You know, we're seeing bearishness, we're seeing bullishness. So we're going to try and dissect and see what's going on and see what we can see in the short term, midterm, and long term as well. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and dive right into the charts here. I want to take a look at Bitcoin on the 4 hour. So yesterday we had this down bar. It was well, not yesterday, day before, a few hours ago we had this down bar, and it caused a breach of the lower end of the trading range. Now in the Wyckoff method, a breach of the lower end of the trading range is technically a little bit of a fake out, and it could be interpreted as a spring. You shouldn't try to find a spring when you're in a downtrend, though. You shouldn't be trading a spring when you're on a downtrend. So you want to trade these confirmations. You want to wait for the bullishness to come back in. You want to wait for that demand to start to show. So, you know, we're not out of the woods just yet. We're going to kind of dive into this and see what we can see. This could end up just being a secondary test. But yeah, this is a nice recovery of this area right here. I'm actually just going to zoom into this area right here, because this is the area of the breakdown. So right here is kind of like our 4 hour breakdown candle. That's the first end part of the resistance that we want to get above, and we've done that. We've closed a 4 hour candle above that level. Then we had the area of the 4 hour candle body closes here, giving our top end resistance, and we closed just slightly below it. So it'll probably take a few 4 hour candles to repair this and continue. We might come down and test, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down and test this tentative creek line here. We're in the small time frame, so I'm being very lenient, but there is that downward sloping line of resistance, so I made note of it. But yeah, we're waiting for some confirmations. The big thing that we want to pay attention to moving forwards is if we do continue to rally out of this consolidation. Let me actually just zoom out here. Like if we do start to get some rallies here, we're going to want to see the demand come in. Right now, it's kind of up in the air as to whether it's supply or whether it's demand. But if we start to get something that looks a little bit like this, let's say we come down for a test, we get another break, maybe a sign of strength, come down and test. On these rallies, we want to see the volume increase steadily. We don't want to see just a huge spike in volume. We want to see a steady increase. And then on the reactions, we want to see the volume taper off. If you can see volume in a rally and less volume in a reaction, what that's telling you is demand is in control. And that's the most important thing that we're looking for. That is the key to everything that we're doing here to try and prove support. Is we need to first prove that the selling is exhausted so that the supply side is dried up, and then we need to see demand come in. So that's going to be kind of the confirmation that's really going to tell us quite a bit. But this candle here, this bar is great. You know, we've overtaken the bearish candle that we had yesterday. So that's a positive sign. It's a positive sign that there is a possibility of a bit of a recovery. Okay, well, let's see who's in the chat here. Hello, Sirkan. Hello, Faizan. What's going on, Successful? I'm glad you like the music. Ursa Minor, whoop, whoop. DGB, right on. Yeah, it's very, you know, video game-esque for sure. Starry Jenny, hello. Fusion, hey, how's it going? Ian, Awesome. Like to see everybody in the chat here. So need to get a signal of strength above the trading range for confirmation. Yeah, even if we start, you can get confirmations within the trading range as well. So like if this is our creek line, if we can get a test here, if the test falls on low volume and then we get volume coming in on a rally that breaks out, that's going to be a pretty definitive test, and then you'd be somewhat leaning towards bullishness. You'd be leaning towards the volume being able to come in, leaning towards demand specifically coming in. Another thing too, if we take a look at Bitcoin just on the line chart, just to get a nice clean view here, on the daily there has been these lower lows, and on the RSI higher lows. So that's a bit of a bullish divergence on the daily. It's just proving more support. It's just kind of building the case for support. So here's the thing that a lot of people may get wrong when they're trying to determine whether they should be trading long or short. The trend is your friend. Currently, the trend is down. So if you are trading to the long side, what you're doing is well, first of all, you're trading against the trend. So you have to be very apprehensive. But what you're doing is you're just looking for signs of support. You're looking for signs of a repair. And you don't want to get ahead of it. You don't want to go too hard. You don't want to, be on the wrong side of the trade, because if you're working against the market, it's typically not a good thing to do. You want to work with the market, go with the trend, with the market. Don't try and be sneaky and think that you're seeing something that other people aren't. You want to work alongside of it. So with this bullish divergence, I mean, we're showing, again, more signs of support, which is good, but we're not just out of the woods yet. We need some further confirmation, and a break above the trading range would be fantastic. So, you get that break above, test, boom, that'd be fantastic to see. So tentatively, I think it's a little early. We got a lot of people saying that this is phase C. I want to see a little bit more confirmation before I say that this is phase C, but it's possible. We're in a fast moving market. We're in markup from a macro perspective. If you take a look at the weekly candles, we still haven't made a lower low on the weekly time frame. So the market is definitely moving fast. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility where we got kind of a quick A, a quick B, a quick C, and potentially entering D. This would only really apply to a market that is in markup. That's very common when you're looking at assets that are in markup, that you don't get those really long drawn out trading ranges. But that being said, we just came off of a 4-month distribution on the daily. So, we're looking at the 4-hour here and it's looking fast. So is it a bull trap? We'll have to see and remain level headed. I want to see more demand come in. We need more demand. Another thing that's kind of interesting, since we broke the lower end of the range, if we go to the Bitfinex shorts, let's actually just, shorts are climbing. So what this is kind of, I like to see this, because if we continue to tick to the upside as the shorts keep stacking, where does the open interest go? The open interest goes into the shorts, and then we get short liquidations. What does a short liquidation do? It pumps the price up, and it pumps it up aggressively. So in the exact same way that we saw the price decline in Bitcoin, like this move here, this move here in Bitcoin and this move here, this is open interest to the long side. This is longs getting liquidated. So when the shorts start stacking up, you can expect, if we continue to tick up and start hitting stop losses, you get a melt up. You get a big pump as a result of those shorts becoming liquidated. So we'll have to see what retail's doing. Is the retail just filling the market full of shorts? We'll see. But either which way, that's going to be good for me. I like what I'm seeing here in the short term. Medium and long term, long term, Bitcoin's going up, man. Like there's so much adoption, there's so much institutional interest, and keyword interest. I don't know if you guys were watching the Bitcoin conference in Miami, but there's a lot of money sitting on the sidelines. They need a lot of confirmation. They're ready to invest, but they need to make sure, all of their criteria are met before they actually go to an OTC desk and start purchasing. But we all know where this is going. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. What it does in the short term, we're going to try and figure it out. I'm going to be here with you to try and figure it out. But yeah. Okay, let's catch up with the chat here. So without any further Baloo, let's get into it. I don't know if you guys watch Tyler S, but that just reminds me of him. It's like, without any further ado, take a look at the stock and urge. We can maybe. It's a crypto channel, so you know I kind of got to pander to the audience, but this method does work in all markets. If you guys are interested in learning the Wyckoff method, first of all, you can Google it. You know, you can self-teach. You can try and figure this out on your own, or you can join our team. We've got a ton of fantastic analysts ready. It's a 24-hour chat. You know, doesn't matter where you are, you have help to all of the questions that you want answered. Somebody can point you in the right direction, and we can help you interpret the charts using the Wyckoff method. So if that's something that interests you, links down below. Join VIP. Come and check out our community. Come and check out our video library and get bull run ready, because if we do continue this bull run, I have a suspicion that it's going to be kind of the final stage, the final legs. If history is to repeat itself, we're at that final stage of the bull run here. Got stopped right at the BTC lower low. FOMO getting stronger now though. Oh man. Confirmation buy time on the next reaction. If we see volume on the rallies and a decline of volume on the reactions, a rally is up, a reaction is down, that is going to signify that demand is back in control. So we had a huge shakeout, we had a huge flush, retail got spanked, and you know, whales are buying. I think the fourth, it was shared in my group yesterday, the fourth largest Bitcoin wallet yesterday bought like 37,000 Bitcoin, or no, 3,700 Bitcoin. And that was the latest purchase. So the whales are buying, man. Like the whales are buying. But those are, you know, the diamond hands of this market. If it's a spring, we're not supposed to come down for a test and support again. Yes, we can come down and get a test of the support. Usually that test will come on the form of a creek test. So we may just test the creek line. We broke through here, and we may just come down and test somewhere around here. What's up? What's up? Kind of concerned with the head and shoulders on total too. So for me, let's take a look at head and shoulders here. But head and shoulders is kind of a pattern that a lot of people get wrong because they may be looking at it incorrectly. So let's take a look at total two. First of all, this is an index, so you know, be careful with that, because it's everything in the market. So for me, you know, we came above. This was the breakout. This was the beginning of the altcoin season. After we broke above here on total two, we got a high, we got a low, a high, a low from the breakout, a higher high. We did get a lower low, and then you know we've gotten higher, and now we're just squeezing. No, higher highs and higher lows. So we're still above the major support. This is the major support for me. So head and shoulders, yeah, there's a head and shoulders, but a head and shoulders is a trend reversal. So on the macro, we're still making higher lows. We're still making higher lows on the macro. So for me, the head and shoulders is not something that should be considered too bearish. We're still heading. We still have that macro structure in play. So I'm not worried about anything like that. Ron Paul's speech at the BTT. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. So I didn't actually see Ron Paul's speech, but I like that guy. I'm gonna definitely check out his speech at the Bitcoin conference. What do you day trade on? I'm not a day trader. I'm a swing trader. I have different accounts that I have different strategies on. So, you know, if you're investing in this ecosystem, it's kind of good to separate your buckets of capital. I've got a ledger. I've got an FTX account where I do margin and spot buys, some BTC trades and stuff like that. And then I got a Bybit account where I can do kind of the leverage, more high risk stuff. But for the most part, I stick on FTX. I do swing trades. I do longer term swing trades. Tyler's intros are hilarious. What market cap does Bitcoin have to what market cap does BTC have to reach to match gold? I think it's a 10x from here, if I am not mistaken. I'm not savvy with where I can find that information quickly, so I'm not going to bother. Are you leaning towards not dropping below 28K right now? The alts would get absolutely wrecked if BTC wicked down into the low 20s. Absolutely they would, but I just take a look at what the chart is telling me right now. And right now we got a nice strong bar. So, you know, that's what we're seeing. We got a nice strong bar with good price action where the shorts are stacking up. So, you know, I don't ever try to predict. Predicting is not what this channel is about. I interpret present price action, and that's it. Anybody that says that they can predict the market is either fooling themselves or fooling you. You can't predict the market. All of these candles is your ability to interpret the present information so that you're able to position alongside the trend. That's it. You know, you can't predict these markets. Do I think BTC is going to break out? Well, we have this local breakout. This is a very strong rally here. This is a strong move. It's not coming on a ton of volume. I mean, this is, it's a pretty good volume candle, actually. Again, right now we're coming off of a contraction of the supply. So the supply has been contracting. When the supply is gone, we need to see demand come back in. If we can get demand to come back in on the rallies and then disappear on the reactions, that's going to look really healthy. And I think that that could be the point at which we could start to lean a little bit more towards repairing of the trend and start to head into macro higher highs and higher lows. By swing trading, is that shorts and longs? Well, a short is when you think the price is going to go down, and a long is when you think the price is going to go up. So for me, a swing trade is more of a time-based duration with larger price objectives. So, you know, I'll sit in a trade for months as opposed to hours. Like a day trader will be in and out of the market. Day trading is very different. You know, day trading, you have to pick your alpha, whether your alpha is BTC or whether it is Tether. And whatever your alpha is for that trading account as a day trader, 90% of your account is alpha. So if you are trying to make dollars and you have a day trading account, 90% of your day trading account is US dollars. If that seems like it's not you and maybe you like to put your money to work, well, then maybe your alpha is Bitcoin. And then the trades that you're getting into are quick, kind of high leverage, and you know, you have very achievable price objectives with a minimum target that you're trying to achieve per day, and you do that consistently over time. For me, I like the exponential growth that crypto has to offer. I like the asymmetry of crypto with a well-placed position. So I like to give my positions longer term time parameters to grow. I'll also kind of employ the use of long duration options from time to time to kind of get that long duration price growth. The jungle is the business, bare necessities. Been tuning in for all your live streams, trying to learn Wyckoff, so this has been incredibly helpful. Great vibes. Awesome. Glad that you're picking up a lot of what we're putting down here, Rob. Robot, reset robot. Looks a lot like the ETH chart. Yes, yeah. Do you think now is a good time to buy, or do you think dip's coming? Well, I can't tell you what to do with your money. I can't tell you, and I have no idea what your experience level is. If you know what you're doing and you can identify a point where we start heading up, if you can identify a turnaround, you can enter at any point in this market and you can place a stop loss. And if you're right, you can place your stop loss to break even and you hold no risk. If that's not you, if you don't know how to place market orders, limit orders, you know, stop orders, all of that stuff, then just join the group for a month, man. It's $30. We give you all these videos that you can come and check out. Check out the videos. We got all the different tutorials on market orders, all of the different things that can kind of help you be a little bit more of a sophisticated investor. That's not my terminology. That's just the terminology of a sophisticated investor that just knows how to protect. You know, the most important thing, period, is preservation of capital and limiting risk. And if you don't know how all of these orders work and you don't know how to protect yourself, then you're going to, well, you can be an investor. But if you're going to be an investor, it's long duration time parameters. If you want to buy Bitcoin here and wait 10 years, yeah, go for it. I don't think that that's a bad idea. Not financial advice, but I don't think that that's a bad idea. If you put the trend in an upward slope the other time, what happened to that? I mess around a little bit. Well, I did have it up a little bit, where I had it like this, and then it broke through. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with sideways because it broke through. I always try to stick with sideways. I was kind of entertaining the more bullish ideas, and then it broke down. So I just put it back. In your group, do you all help people get into swing trading? What amount of capital would be sufficient? Currently, dollar cost averaging and hodling. We teach all styles. You know, if you want to follow my trades, I'm definitely a longer term trader. You know, I do play the long swings. We have other traders in the group who are actively day trading. Matthew from Alpha One, who made the alphanumerics indicator that also comes with the group. So as a part of the membership, you get access to this indicator that it's pretty good at calling buys and sells. You know, if you just wanted to trade his indicator, anytime you get a green diamond inside of the green wave, it's a buy, and then you get to trim profits on these red diamonds. If you play this indicator, just taking a lot of the emotion out of it, you can do pretty well with this indicator. So this also comes with the membership. This is a momentum indicator that was built by one of our traders in the group, Alphanumerics, and yeah, it can. Right now, it's red. So you know the trade indicator isn't telling you to get into any long positions. Currently, it is red, but we got a few buys on it. Regardless, we got some green diamonds, and I'm wondering if Wyckoff can help us figure out the rest in terms of repairing the trend. Did I even answer your question? Yeah, we'll teach you many different strategies. You know, we've got lots of people in the group with different time parameters and different strategies. Can you take a look at Hex token? You guys are just trolling me. Leave me alone. Stop fucking trolling me with Hex. 3 questions up. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So what else do we want to take a look at? Doge. We'll take a look at Doge on the Bitcoin pair, because honestly, I don't give a shit about Doge, but what I do care is I care that Doge has the ability for, or Doge has retail attention. Brand new retail, they're just not going to buy Bitcoin. It's too expensive. So what are they going to buy? They're going to buy Doge. And I can't ignore that. As a trader, as a market observer, I can't ignore that. So yes, I'll take a look at Doge. Fala, if it's less than, if it's not in the top 100, then no, I'm not going to take a look at that. So basically, you know, when you get into a Bitcoin trade, like if Doge can get me more Bitcoin, I'm happy to take that trade. If Doge can't get me more Bitcoin, I don't want that trade at all. So, you know, let's say we entered here and it turned around. Let's say we entered here and it turned around. I would then, you know, enter on the turnaround. Hex ripping. Hex is going to rip everybody's fucking accounts to shreds. Hex is a scam. I would enter on the turnaround, and then I would place a stop below. So, you know, if we begin to trend, here, you know, I really don't care about Doge. All that I care is that it's outperforming Bitcoin. And if Doge is outperforming Bitcoin, then, you know, I can just carry this stop loss. And then if I ever get stopped out, yeah, I sell my Doge, but I sell my Doge for more Bitcoin than when I entered the trade. If you don't know how to trade, if you don't know what I'm doing with these Bitcoin charts, I know it can kind of be hard to conceptualize because everybody is denominating their portfolio in US dollars. It can be hard to kind of understand why you would even have a Bitcoin pair, but you would have it because you want more Bitcoin. Retail's buying Doge. If Doge does better than Bitcoin, I'll take that trade. But I'm going to make certain that I'm not going to leave that trade with less Bitcoin than when I entered. That's all. Oh, nice. You got 8% on Doge. Well done. The last candle on Bitcoin, was it an institutional candle? It bolted straight up with one full candle. It's possible. So most institutions buy OTC. Buying OTC over the counter means that there's just more demand out there, you know, and if they're buying and holding and removing from exchange, which we are seeing a lot of outflows in the exchange, that's a supply shock. When there's less supply and more demand, you get markup. So whether it's an institutional purchase, hard to say, but there's probably whales that are buying on these exchanges as well. What is the likelihood that we are going for a test if we don't break the resistance? Very high. I think we need to test. We always need to test. I think Doge is going to die off from underperformance. It was in a downtrend a week before everything else. Charts are weak on Doge. It's possible. It's possible. All right, what is FALA? Is that, let's talk about open interest. So open interest is beginning to climb. That's good. What do we got on the exchanges? Exchanges are pretty split. BitMEX is very short. FEMEX is very long, but we're kind of neutral overall on the funding rates. Bitcoin dominance is beginning to climb back up. Okay, let's go take a look at what number FALA is. I don't even know what FALA is. Shouldn't even be looking at shitcoins right now. $237. Sorry. Let's take a look at what is FET. FET, not interested. Sorry. Top 100 only right now. If there's a request for top 100, we'll take a look at top 100. AVAX. Fuck. Okay, well. Avalanche, I guess, but it's really not doing well, guys. There's no interest in Avalanche market wide. Nobody's using Avalanche. Nobody cares about Avalanche. You know, there was a trade on Avalanche, and it's just fucking folding over. I don't like this chart at all. It's an ugly chart. You know, the last time I looked at it, I was saying look for a bearish test. It looks like we got a bearish test. Now we came in for a higher low, granted, but that rallied up to a lower high. So this is a shitty chart. I don't like this chart. I'm sorry if you're holding Avalanche. It is what it is sometimes. This might end up being just a really long play for you, and if that's your plan, then that's your plan. But as far as a short-term trade, there's nothing here. Really nothing here for a short-term trade. We need to start showing support. We need to break this. So we got a lot of repairing to do to even get some sort of a buy signal. Yeah, it's a shitty chart. It's really underperforming in the market. Yeah, let's take a look at Matic. Matic, I can tell you right now, Matic needs a cool off. Fundamentals are really strong on Matic. Fundamentally, Matic is very strong. I really like layer 2s. There's a lot of adoption. Matic is actually cleaning up the Ethereum gas fees right now. You know, gas is actually relatively low. I think the last transaction I did on the Ethereum network was $9. That's not bad for Ethereum. And it's because a lot of these things are going to layer 2. So you're getting a lot less congestion on the Ethereum network. But yeah, we're going to be range bound for a while. This is going to take some time to play out. It got a huge run, guys. Huge runs come with huge accumulations. So we'll have to see how long this takes. But you know, buyer's climax, automatic reaction, secondary test. We just completed phase A. You know. Phase A just completed. Matic's gonna take some time. Matic's gonna take some time. Just bought my first 3 Axies. Thanks for the info last week. Oh, awesome. Let's take a look at Axie Infinity. So Axie is a fantastic use case for blockchain. That ecosystem is stable. You know, after the shakeout, Axies were on discount for like 3 or 4 days, and then they doubled. So the Axie Infinity ecosystem is actually doing really, really well. AXS. Coin is holding support. Potential double bottom, but we're gonna have to see how this plays out. I'm not doing safe moon. No scam coins on this channel here, guys. Doge is as scammy as I'll get. Not that Doge is a scam. I just think Doge is a manipulated coin. No safe moon. Absolutely not. OMG. OMG, I think is too far down the line. Hey, you got me there. Classic footy tips, you got me there. It's not, but I'm pretty involved in AXS as far as the ecosystem. That's a personal interest. It's my stream, man. I'll look at it if I want to. It's the governance token. It's needed for breeding. It has some demand. I think it has some real intrinsic demand, but touche, my friend, this is not a 100 coin. Scary head and shoulders. Head and shoulders don't matter because it's in an uptrend. I don't play the head and shoulders. I just don't. I ignore them. I find that you get faked out too much. Yeah, let's take a look at Kusama. Kusama, ugh, it's choppy. It's real choppy. Basically, we can't. It kind of sucks. It's a huge spread on this one. But where's the big drop down here? Like, we can't get bullish until it's back above 600 bucks. That's a lot of waiting. Let's go down to the smaller time frame, see how the rallies and reactions are looking. So here's the rally. Demand. Reaction, more supply. Okay, test, low demand, low supply. That's good. And then a little bit of a move down, some supply emerged, and now we're moving up a little bit. It's kind of it's tough. This one's kind of hard to interpret, to be honest with you, but I think a lot of it is just, it's kind of a liquid. It's a smaller cap coin. I mean, the whole ecosystem's small market cap. Tell USD, why? Essex Hammer, the only reason I'm doing it is because you're in my group. But why? What's so special about Tell? Okay, it's actually not bad. It's not bad. You know, we pierced through, got bought back up again. I don't think there's a ton of demand on this one. Like, I don't think there's a lot of people running. What's the volume on this? What is the daily trading volume on this? Let's see. Let's go to Tell. Tell coin. We've seen these tokens before, by the way. These come and these go. 24-hour trading volume, 82 mil. It's actually not bad. It's not bad, but I've seen these come and go. I don't think the world is ready for this coin. Okay, the cell phone providers are not going to give up market share to a decentralized organization. They're just not. Blockchain is really hard to use. People figuring out how wallets work so that they can buy data and all of the. I just do not think that this coin is ready. I don't think that the world is ready for this coin. So speculative demand only. Realize that this is speculative demand for this coin. Covered ETH. Did I cover ETH? I don't even know. ETH USD kind of getting a little bit of a correction here, which is good. I don't want that. We're range bound in this area. We'll have to see what kind of tests we get. It looks like we're getting demand. Well, this is supply coming in here. We'll see. It's not great. You know, we kind of broke down here. So we might get a bearish test. Might have to redraw the lines. Not sure. Maybe we do something horizontal with this. The indicator is not going to work on everything, man. Indicator is just indicating momentum. So if Tell has momentum, then it has momentum. But momentum isn't demand. Momentum is just the price. The momentum is how the price is moving. You can have zero demand and the price will still move and the indicator will still give you buys and sells. But I'll take a look. You have to know when to ignore an indicator. The daily, it's looking like it wants to bounce. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, I mean, we got a green triangle in the green wave. So if you're following the indicator, go for it. Go for it. I don't know enough about this project, but hey, you know, I can't keep an eye on 6,000 different coins. So go for it. I think if you want to trade this indicator, it's giving you a signal. You got a bullish cross and you got a green diamond. Yeah, there's something there. You can trade that. Back to Ethereum though. Yeah, kind of in no man's land here. Let's see what the RSI is telling us. Not telling us a whole lot, actually. Yeah, we're just kind of trending down here. Okay. Great for swing trades. You know what I'd be interested to see on TEL, actually, is TEL BTC. Because if it's not doing better than Bitcoin, what's the fucking point? If it doesn't do better than Bitcoin, what is the point? Okay, so it did better than Bitcoin. Take a look at the 4 hour. Let me turn off alphanumerics, clean it up. I'd say this is your creek line here. You want to get above this. We got some upsloping lows in the middle of the range here, but you want to be aggressive with this, man. Make sure you're using stops. You know, there's no point in losing a bunch of money over a shitcoin. Make sure your stops are in place with any trade that you take on this one, and buy these dips. Is Serum dead? Oh, bro, it feels like it. It feels like it. Siri kind of, that was a project I was staking, and that was a reminder to me as to why I don't like staking. So Serum got pretty freaking wrecked. We'll see what's going on with that. I mean, yeah, let's take a look at Serum. I just don't even like looking at that chart because, you know, sometimes you earn and sometimes you learn. And I am not immune from these lessons, not in the slightest. I am reminded of why I learned certain lessons. Looks like shit. Probably gonna head down lower. I sold some at a loss, at a significant loss. I'm still staking some, but I'm not impressed with the chart. It really needs to kind of repair itself here. Yeah, I've still got a bag as well. Sol's been actually doing quite well. Sol on the Bitcoin chart has just been rallying beautifully. Really performing well against Bitcoin. I would be trading this on the Bitcoin pair for sure. Beginning to get some bearish divergence here, so it might come to an end soon. Maybe we fall down to some of these support areas. Somewhere down there, or maybe even potentially lower. You know, if Bitcoin starts to rip, all these altcoins are gonna head down as far as their Bitcoin comparative. XRP. That's the area for me. That's what I want to see hold, and it looks like we're holding. So this is going to take a while. This is on the 3-day. This will take probably a few weeks to repair. Actually, let's just take a look at the weekly. So right now, we'll probably come back down and test. So we'll finish this week, which has 4 days in it. We'll come down and test for another 7 days, and then maybe we'll hold for another test. We're looking at a month. I think a month before you really start getting some bullish price action on XRP. But hey, the XRP community is really good at being patient for the most part. T-Fuel has been doing bizarrely well. Would you mind taking a look at a top 100 coin? I typically don't do gas tokens, but Theta is a pretty strong ecosystem. That's kind of strange to me that T-Fuel is doing well. It's just gas. Yeah, it's breaking all-time highs. Demand is in control. We want to see how this reacts. So let's see what the RSI is doing. We're getting a little bit oversold. Doesn't mean that we can't continue higher. We're just getting overbought. Maybe expect some sort of a trading range in this area, or a test in this area. Performing well. Yeah, maybe we get a test back down to 50 cents, something like that, 48, 50 cents. But you don't buy an extension, you always buy a reaction. So wait for that reaction. Even if this extends further, you know, buy the reaction. But still, we're not out of the woods yet. So please be careful. Please be careful. You know, I would, if your Bitcoin is just sitting and you're hodling Bitcoin, then just trade the Bitcoin pair on it, and then make sure that your stop will stop you out back into your hodl position. But it's looking pretty overheated, to be honest with you. Pretty overheated. Yeah, I think this one might come back down to reality. Quite parabolic. Needs to consolidate. What price does BT have to test on support? Oh, I don't think it's, if it tests back down that low, it's going to be kind of, that's going to be a pretty low test for this spring. I'm not saying it can't happen, but the fact that it's overtaken this level here, we can actually, this level right here that it overtook, where we sat on support for a while. This might even be the POC, point of control. Let's throw on the VPVR. Yeah, so we're above the point of control here. So if we can stay above the point of control on the VPVR, then I think we're good, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. 30K, no, we're not gonna come down and test 30K. That would not be a successful test of support for this trading range. The successful test of support would be 33 for us to remain in a bullish trend. This is a pretty strong rally here. I think that, there's potential for even an SOS. If we get an SOS, then we're just looking for that LPS and a bunch of other acronyms that most of the people who watch this show don't really understand. But if you want to learn these acronyms, join the Discord. I have the Discord linked, guys, so you can join the free Discord community pinned in the comments section on YouTube, or in the About Me section if you're following on Twitch. So come on in, take a look, and we can teach you a little bit about good old Richard D. Wyckoff. Do I post signals in the group? Yes, I do. Your definition of a signal might be different from mine. Keep in mind, I'm a swing trader. So if you're expecting the signals to come every day, I am not the group for you. You can go get wrecked in the other signals groups. I teach you how to trade. I teach you how to spot your own signals. I teach you how to, like, if you come into the group for a few months, you could probably open up your own signals group. We don't do entries, we don't do exits. We show you charts that show strength, and we give trading ideas as far as entries. But everybody's time parameter is different. Everybody's portfolio is different. Everybody is trading different because you're either joining the market at a different time, you're dealing with this market with a different balance, you have a different risk tolerance. There's many different reasons why your trading style is different from mine. If you want to copy my trades, I share with you my trades, and you can do so. So that might be your interpret of the signal. But furthermore, we teach you how to find your own path and find your own strategy that best fits your personality. Because a trader, there is no one recipe. It really has to match your personality. I've got a huge volatility tolerance, and I've got a huge time parameter tolerance for a lot of my trades. And that's very different from a lot of people that show up new. So if you want to follow me, you can, but you'll probably end up getting bored. So just realize that, full disclosure. But it's more so about the educational aspects of the group. BTC short positions up to 13.5K, highest since COVID crash. Liquidity piling up. Liquidity piling up in the order books is actually good because you can't crash if the order books are stacked. The COVID crash kind of was blowing through the order books. So if we have liquidity all the way down to 13.5, people are placing stink bids all the way down to 13.5, that's fantastic because we have a ton of support. The order books are propping us up. Everybody's calling for lower levels. It's very unlikely that we hit those lower levels. It's very unlikely that we blow through the order book. What is the price we can see Bitcoin in the next 5 days? 3 to 5 days. How many times do I say I don't do predictions? You know, you can't predict the market. It's either going to be up or it's going to be down. Do you need 2 accounts to join the private group? Is 1 enough? Binance. You need, if you're referring to the free 30-day trial, you do need to sign up for 2 new trading accounts. So if you don't have an FTX account and you don't have a Bybit account, you can get a free month with the group, or you can just pay. That reminds me, it's on discount. So if you're on the fence about the group, 50% off your first month. So it's $15 to get signed up into the group for a month. So links down below if you are interested. And this is for a limited time. I sound like a complete freaking salesman here. A limited time only. But at the end of the month, we are going to be raising the rates. We do have to kind of throttle back. We've got some more analysts coming on board that we need to support. We're growing, we're scaling. So if you want to lock in the old prices for the duration of your stay in the jungle, then lock those in because at the end of the month, they are going up. Okay, I have got to wrap it up. I got time for one more chart, and I think I'm gonna pick it. Yeah, if you pay, you don't have to do any accounts. I would love it if you signed up and traded under our accounts, but the free month is just incentive to get you under the trading links, but they're not mandatory. But sign up for FTX, man. FTX is the best. I'm not even joking. FTX is way better than Binance. Way better. Yeah, there's less coins, but you have so much more flexibility on FTX. Okay, what are we gonna pick? We're gonna pick Cardano. Let's pick Cardano. ADA, USD, and we'll do the Bitcoin chart. Link and Litecoin. Already have a Binance account. Yeah, we'll get you sorted. We'll get you on the FTX account. If you want to keep your shitty Binance account, go for it. But I'm telling you, FTX is way better. FTX is cancer? What are you talking about? How on earth do you feel that? That's ridiculous. FTX is dope. It's the best exchange in crypto. And I'm not paid. That is not a paid endorsement. This is my, I don't know what your problem is, man. Okay, fine. We got Link. We'll take a look at Link. I haven't looked at Link in a while. FTX is cancer. Okay, so pretty volatile. It's kind of like the same story amongst a lot of these other ones. It's very much so following the total 2 structure and following Ethereum structure. So, you know, we can kind of ignore a lot that's happened in the past back here and we can just focus on the present. The Doge Master. No. So seller's climax, automatic rally. Where's our secondary test? It's further along. It's less developed than a lot of the other assets that we're looking at. There's a lag here. It's taking its time. It's underperforming against the index, I would suspect. Let's take a look at the index. Yeah, it's underperforming against the index. See how the index has, you know, higher lows throughout? This is all altcoins, by the way. You know, see how it's just making higher lows, and then that angle of demand is less here on Link. So there's less demand for Link. It's really that simple. So, you know, this is kind of heavily weighted towards Ethereum, obviously. Between Ethereum and Link, Ethereum is the better pick right now, as far as strength. El Salvadorian burrito truck coin. Good lord. Good lord. All right. Well, with that, now that the nonsense is becoming to just pile up here. We're gonna have to close it out, and we're gonna start up the virtual classroom. So if you guys are in the private group, get your pens and pencils ready. We're gonna get into the virtual classroom in 10 minutes. And if you guys are interested in joining the virtual classroom, it starts up in 10 minutes. So if you're on the fence, links down below. Link. I just did link. Link is, there's nothing really to report. There's no trade setup there, and it's underperforming against the asset. Thoughts on wearing a Bitcoin/crypto t-shirt? I'm waiting for my crypto t-shirt. Yeah, FTX doesn't have VeChain, but has VeChain Bull. Yeah, it's got a lot more derivatives. Its spot markets are weak. Okay, so we'll wrap it up there. Thank you so much for joining into the stream. If you guys have any questions or charts that you would like me to take a look at, leave them in the comments section down below. And until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.